Now, Nelson Makamo is a meticulous and internationally appraised artist whose work has been purchased by the likes of Oprah Winfrey. His work is strongly influenced by the candid innocence of children and embodied the peace and harmony that we all strive for in life. He joins us in the studio to share his journey and how he hopes to inspire others through his paintings and his artworks. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It is always such a great pleasure to have you here.
No, it's always an honor for me to be here.
So we had you on the show, and I mean, obviously you were, you're my favorite artist ever. And then you went off to just become the most famous. Wow, you have been so busy.
It was quite exciting.
Yeah.
And a blessing journey, I must say.
Sure.
From the last time when I was here, I think, it was my career just not just boom, but it actually grew from that.
Sure.
From 0 to 100.
Yeah.
I can actually put that.
What is it about your art, or what do you think happened in that time that created that amazing explosion?
I think because I've been doing shows both like locally and internationally.
Yeah.
I think probably if I look back like over maybe 20 years.
Yeah.
So I think the time was coming, for like almost like a farmer. You first actually prepare and then you put your seeds and then they grow. And then, I wake up, suddenly all the things that I've actually been preparing, they were actually starting to pay off as well.
You can now harvest.
Definitely. And I think I would say, for the creative world in general, I think for especially looking at South African art scene, it was bound to happen because there were collectives of creatives who contributed to that growth.
I want to know how your inspiration comes to you. Like, do you sometimes dream at night of pictures? Like, what is the picture in your head that becomes the narrative and the creative that we see on the canvas?
I think one of the most interesting and blessing is that, as an African child, like we grew up around art in general as well. So inspiration just comes naturally. It's, it's the way we live life is like, it's so poetic. Yeah. That for me it was so inspirational that I felt that this is part of my life that I needed to sort of, introduce to the world, especially since I've actually had the ability to be, to draw and paint. So using that talent as another way of introducing our life, especially to the other world, in terms of who we are and the things that we're really proud of, and especially having to look at a child, because it's always been my thing to say, yes, as an African child, like most people, we don't say you're an African adult, but you're an African child. Yeah. So my inspiration was started to draw into that, and what does it mean to be an African child as well? I
can tell you, the reason why I love your work so much is I find it moving. The faces that you create have got expression. There's this soul behind the eyes, and I always feel so incredibly moved by your work. And so did the rest of the world when you did a cover for Time magazine. How did that come about? Wow, what an achievement.
I remember when I got a call from my manager and she said, we just got a commission from the Time.
And Time isn't just a South African, this is Time like global.
Internationally, yes.
Yo.
And I think also we've never seen an interesting artistic cover. Yeah. So that was like, for me, it was like an opportunity. Yeah, to just
the one in the world.
And to make a statement, not just only for me, but for each and every creative, especially from this continent, we've always felt that, our represented globally was not enough. And incredible. I think that cover was like an opportunity for us to sort of knock and introduce ourselves.
How did your life change after that cover?
I think there were multiple things that has happened before the cover that sort of really prepared me for that as well. It actually came at the right time because I was already matured enough as an artist. Yeah. So when that attention came in, we were able to receive it very well as well, because by then already I already had people around me who were actually helping me as an artist as well.
And I really hope you're like this with my fairy godmother Oprah now. She's amazing. But one thing I have to say, one of the reasons why I work is so that I can afford to buy one of your pieces one day.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for creating all of the incredible work that you do. You are so loved and so respected, and I want you to feel all of that energy because you deserve it. Thank you.
No, thank you very much. I mean, it has been a blessing, and more than anything else, I'm really grateful because without that love, I was not going to be able to be where I am.
Well, it's all yours.